Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting a sequel to Super Mario Brothers. Yep, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? And what a fantastic film it was. It was a brilliant film. Absolutely embarrassed general Hollywood and Disney and I guess the mythical modern audience. It was just a wholesome, family, fun affair. Just a pretty decent story all round, quite frankly. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And it absolutely trounced on a lot of the other sort of family-led market studios. So a sequel is an undeniable slam dunk. It makes sense. I will say this as well. Good. Illumination, great. I'm all in for this. I think this will be very, very, very good. I have no reason to doubt it. Nintendo other works, though, you know, Legend of Zelda with Avi Arad. I don't know. I'm undecided on that. So let's take a look. This is pretty much brand new news. New Super Mario Bros. World animated movie in the works from Illumination and Nintendo. The fact that this is coming should not be a surprise to anyone, obviously. This was such a smash hit last year. Absolute slam dunk of a film. Yeah, I'm surprised anyone thought that this wouldn't do well. I don't get it. And it's hilarious going back and looking at some of the critics' reviews of this and how they were just mindlessly hating on it for what it was, which was just a good film. Very, very funny. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys, and please do turn the bell notifications on. But Variety has this article here. It says Illumination and Nintendo will join forces to produce a new animated film based on the world of Super Mario Bros. Cool. So the companies previously partnered on last year's The Super Mario Bros. Movie, which grossed more than $1.3 billion, which is crazy. It also became the second highest grossing movie of 2023. It is unclear which fanciful characters the new film will focus on, be they the plumbers, princesses, Koopas, or other residents of the Mushroom Kingdom. And the partners are not using the word sequel. It is going to be a sequel, though, guys. You're not going to not follow up that film. You just, of course, it's a sequel. It is a sequel, obviously. Now, Nintendo has a universe that they can just keep expanding. Same with Mario. Mario's a universe they can expand outwards. So it makes sense. To not call it a sequel, that's fine. It still is a sequel. It's a follow-on from that. Now, you could say it's not a sequel in the linear fashion of continuing a storyline, but that makes perfect sense because that was a one-and-done movie anyway. The storyline was done. There isn't a storyline to continue onwards from there. But it is a sequel in the fact that it's taking the same characters, because it will take the same characters, of course it will. It's like Indiana Jones, right? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? You could say that these don't necessarily continue the story, but they are still in the same series of films. They are still sequels to one another in that respect. This is probably how they're going to approach Super Mario. So they say this anyway. The companies did specify that the movie will be released in theatres on April 3rd, 2026 in the US and additional markets globally. It will be unveiled in other territories throughout April. Now, and we'll look at some of the comments that they made. I will say this. That's great. Now, some people will be like, what do you mean that's great? That is coming out in 2 years' time. Yeah, that is good. That's strong. That's great. They're not rushing it. They are not rushing it at all. 3-year window to release another film. Obviously a CGI animated film. That's brilliant. That goes to show that Illumination, Disney, it was Universal as well, wasn't it, that works with Illumination. They are working very hard and diligently on making this as respectful, successful, as detailed, as, you know, given enough time to render as humanly possible. A time delay like 3 years is a good turnaround. It's not a rush out. It's not a rush job. It's given it. It's not so late that it's not going to hit, strike while the iron is hot either. I think this works. I think this is a really good turnaround time. So we have this anyway. The film will be produced by Chris Meledandrino, or Meledandri, sorry, God, I got that wrong, didn't I? Founder and CEO of Illumination, and Shigeru Miyamoto, representative director and fellow of Nintendo, and one of the most famous figures in gaming. So the close collaboration between the filmmakers and Miyamoto is one of the reasons that Super Mario Bros. Movie was seen by fans as remaining true to the essence of what made the video game so popular. That is true. And that is also in stark contrast to the other one. So the animated follow-up will be directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek, who oversaw the Super Mario Bros. Movie, so the first one, which is great. It will be written by Matthew Fogel, who penned the script for the first film. So it is quite literally a case of, you know that recipe you enjoyed? Yeah? It's back. No change. Amazing. That's great. That's nothing but a good thing. That is solid stuff. How good is that? That they just bring everyone back. They knew it worked. Bring everyone back and just crack on like that. I love it when a studio doesn't mess with a recipe. I'm very happy with that. So they're yet to be... And people say it's not a sequel. It is a sequel. You're bringing everyone back. It's still a sequel. The yet to be titled installment will be co-financed by Universal Pictures and Nintendo, and distributed theatrically worldwide by Universal Pictures. So Illumination is one of the most successful forces in animation, producing hits like Despicable Me, Dr. Seuss, The Lorax, Dr. Seuss the Grinch, The Secret Life of Pets, blah blah blah, loads of stuff. Now, obviously we know Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, blah blah blah, loads of things. Legend of Zelda is getting its own adaptation, so that'll be interesting. So news on the next Mario Brothers film broke on Mario Day, which is an annual celebration that Nintendo uses to offer deals on games and devices, with Meledandri and Miyamoto announcing the development of the latest movie. In a joint video, says it'll have a bright and fun story, Miyamoto teased. This time we're thinking about broadening Mario's world further. So it is still Mario's world, so Mario will be back, obviously. And just says, we'll let you know once we're at the stage where we're ready to share more. But they did reveal some bits and pieces, just as an FYI. We start animation soon, Meledandri said, and said, rest assured we will be obsessing over every detail to get it just right. This is great. This is really, really good. And again, just said this, Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelinek are the very talented artists from Illumination Studio Paris, who brought the Mushroom Kingdom to life in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, have been busy at work, storyboarding scenes and developing set designs for new environments. So they've already got a story. We start animation soon, blah, 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 so covered all of that. But there you go. Oh, this is great. This is really, really good. I've just done a video. If you haven't watched it, I'll leave it linked above, and it was about Fallout, the TV series. The director said, I didn't set out to make a show to please the fans. That's very in stark contrast to this, where they very clearly tried to please the fans. Do you see? Do you see how it can be done? How it can be done? And why I always say that's a bad sign. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Cheers guys, take care. Bye bye now.